a good match of fucking. You
Star
know who
Beast,
comes out and fucking spears
the
Lesnar.
loner Star Beast. Yeah.
Who speared
Who
him?
came out?
You know who.
Oh man.
You just seen the invite.
I don't have it, Crazy. I restricted.
And of course, Paul Heyman hands him the fucking belt. Like what? What the fuck?
All right, I'm about to do it right.
That was beyond
I got a
stupid.
victim in mind. You got to know what happened.
Do one race and then
All right, you good?
He's been
There
talking
you go.
shit all night.
Trill, who you said came out?
You
Spear
know who
Bro?
came. You know who came out and speared him.
Oh, Roman. Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Mm. Wait, so who won a match between Roman and Seth?
Roman by DQ.
Wow. Usos came out.
Nah, he put him in a. I think he had Rollins in a submission, like he wouldn't let. And Rollins got to the ropes, and he wouldn't let. And Roman Reigns wouldn't let it go. Then he started beating him with a chair.
So Brock is still a champion and Roman Reigns still a champion, pretty much.
Yep.
So what?
Wow. Booty. You
All
already know they.
It's all predictable. Nobody lost their belts, and then Ronda Rousey came back. I'm not even shocked.
Ronda Rousey about to take the belt from Becky Lynch.
no, she's not. She
Yes,
can't
she
do
is.
that, motherfucker. You don't know.
Becky Lynch took the title from
No.
Bianca Belair in 25 seconds.
Vicky Guerrero.
Evil, shut your ass up. I know you just say that.
She was the best woman wrestler to ever step foot in the ring.
Evil, go to a car show.
Vicky
Go to a car
Guerrero.
show.
Vicky Guerrero.
Go to a car show.
Oh,
That boy said Vicky Guerrero. What the hell?
holy shit!
Was it a wreck? What happened?
Ow.
No,
the
actually,
game.
Bobby Lashley. Oh, Bobby Lashley beat Lesnar.
Bobby Lashley back in the day.
Nah, they just they
Are
just
you joking me?
Lesnar actually lost the title. Oh,
Why
so I
does
see
this
where they're
happen to
going
me
with
all
this.
the
Now they're gonna
time?
have. I get it. Okay,
How
very
did I not get
predictable.
that,
All
bro?
right, I don't even gotta watch the Royal. I ain't even gotta watch the last match. I already know exactly who's gonna win.
Maybe.
Good to know.
That's all right, bro.
Very predictable. Very predictable.
Yeah, that's a huge wreck.
Really?
Not the Rolex.
Yeah, elite. So Bobby beat Brock
Oh.
Wow.
with help from Roman Reigns. And now that Lesnar lost his belt, I know exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna enter the Rumble. He's probably gonna enter it at number 30 or some shit and win.
I didn't get
Get
that
the fuck
either.
out of here. Predictable ass.
Like people stupid.
Like I don't know, bro.
Like two people have like
That's how I
down
can
to
tell.
one.
I'm glad I don't watch shit no more like that. It's like, damn, like
Alright, so
even
this
I
is-
can fucking see how predictable that shit is.
Yeah, it's all scripted. It's fake, man. I hope y'all know that.
Well, it ain't
Hey, man.
a fake. It's scripted, but it ain't.
You can literally see that the you know, when they
I didn't even mean to do that. That was
plan
It's
stuff
definitely
like that.
Someone
scripted.
lined up. And
Definitely
perfect.
scripted for sure.
Oh shit.
They just went to the inside right there.
I can't believe I didn't notice that as a kid how scripted it is.
I feel like back then as a kid, shit, it felt more. They made it more realistic. Shit.
Yeah, they definitely did. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
I mean, it's not like a lot of shit they don't do is not that wouldn't fucking hurt if some random
Uh-uh.
person did shit. Like getting hit with actual chairs, like that shit definitely does hurt.
Yeah, but they do it a way where it doesn't really hurt the person that much. Like,
Shit, not back in the day when they was doing headshots.
yeah, but if you watch it, like if they make it look like they really beat the guy to death, with the chair, but he's not getting hurt at all, man.
I never forget when fucking JBL hit Eddie Guerrero with a chair, and Eddie Guerrero like he busted open like a tomato. Like shit was not like the blood. That was real blood when he got like a lot. Like sometimes a lot of shit they be doing is real. Like in terms of how they get cut open and shit like that. Like I remember Brock he cut open when he cut open Randy Orton. Like he cut him open with some elbows. Like that shit was real. But I get your point. Yeah.
Back in the day, though, it was better. We can't agree on that. Growing up, watching
A
it.
lot
Oh
of
yeah.
things were better back in the day.
Of course.
Wreck. There's a wreck, Elite.
I'm behind.
Good job, Yerk.
How many hours they in? What? 15 hours left? 14?
15, 14, somewhere around there.
About to hit 14.1.
Yeah, Bobby.
Oh, it sure is a wreck. That BMW.
You just got me back.
I'm still not used to that new BMW they got. How the way it looks. Yeah, that is dangerous, man. It ain't gonna be
Pro
on.
Bowl is going.
Right. Like, somebody could just nail him.
I think I knocked 2 people down to literally 1.
There we go. It took
Before in
him,
the
that was a
beginning, I
NASCAR
said I had 2, I didn't get
type of
credit
decision
for
right
the
there. Took all day to throw the caution out.
Uh-oh. How did everybody just miss me right there? That was...
Having people out the race.
Yeah, that shit is so predictable now.
Oh!
Becky Lynch gonna put out a tweet saying,
No!
I'm so hot I set the WrestleMania sign on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that. Are you kidding me?
That shit's funny.
Got that one.
Yep, looks like I wouldn't be shocked if Reigns doesn't. I mean, if Lesnar doesn't win, it would definitely shock me if he don't.
I can't stand this motherfucking thing. Elite, I've had some pretty competitive rate. I'm getting better. Do you watch my YouTube at all?
Yeah, I tune into it sometime.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty competitive, man. I'm getting to the point where
Motherfucker,
I
I knew it was
can
gonna be
really
Bobby compliant in, you motherfucker.
God.
a lot of good guys.
I'll be right back.
Alright. I just make stupid mistakes. Like I had a good race going at Charlotte last week, and I hit the wall. And damage is actually matters. It ain't like the heat gain. When you hit the wall, your car just keeps going real fast. Like you lose aero.
You fucking hit me, Billy,
everything.
instead of Yurt. You could
Have
have
the damage.
Yurt.
And I pounded it. I followed a guy right into it, man. I was.
Yeah, I be seeing the fact that you be racing against pro, and it seems like you can actually match them now.
Wow, that
Yeah,
was
I'll
pathetic
go
right
ahead
there.
and say why he's not in here. I'm a little bit better than him on Irish. He might not think
Let me
that,
go.
but I just damn because I'll tell you the problem with him, man. That dude is too nice around other people. Like if he get to racing hard around somebody, he just like lets them go almost. I tried to tell him like, dude, you gotta, I know you don't want to wreck them, but you gotta go head to head with people. You can't just let them go.
Yeah, that's always been pro style. Whether it's on iRacing, no matter what racing game, we could be playing Wreckfest and he'll be like that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bobby.
man, 9 times out of 10, he's always trying to save tires.
I was dead in the water.
And I understand. I'm always trying to save tires too. Especially if it's early in the race, I'm gonna let you go. But when it comes down to like winning, I'm not gonna back down on anybody. That's exactly why I got like 20 something wins on my stats. 300 and something starts. It's super hard to win on iRacing.
I've been knocked
There's
into
so
so
many
many wrecks,
competitive
it ain't
people,
funny.
man. You ain't just winning a race unless you earn it.
Fuck you, Bobby.
I said what I said. I'm better than him at iRacing.
I say it to his face.
Cause we can look at the stats. You can look at the stats and tell.
Has he admitted it to
I
you
just
yet,
got one
or
at the
like?
end.
We've never talked
Like
about
I
it, but I'm
spawned and
sure
literally
he
hit
knows.
somebody and I still didn't get any.
I don't know how many times Derek.
Well,
hit
I
me
think this is
and
the
I
perfect
spin around and hit
opportunity for
somebody else
you
and
to say
kill him.
something
I hit Derek so hard.
once he end up coming back.
to the crowd.
I mean,
guess you
we
wanna
can
do a
look at the
school bus
stats.
race,
I'll
Derek?
literally print the stats
Nah,
off.
man, I'm
for you,
actually
whatever
off
you
there.
want me to do.
Yeah, we'll jump on fair game.
All right, boys.
That just proves that no matter
Alright,
like how
bye.
late, I mean, shit, like
See ya.
somebody can have iRacing for a while, then somebody
Rocking,
else
zoning.
end up getting on there, and
Yeah, we'll just go to the other party.
next thing you know, they end up catching on,
All right.
and all of a sudden they out there winning races like crazy, even though they only had iRacing for a short amount of time compared to the other person who had iRacing for like years.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
why I'm not even worried.
oh yeah, I told Wesley that if you get it within a month, you'll be better than me and him. And I say that because it's guys over here that remind me of you, the way they drive, save tires, and you know, because over here saving tires is a really big thing at the mile and a half. Like it's huge. Like I've had to make my, and you know how bad I was at doing that on the heat games. I know you remember. I would drive that car in there, boy, and burn them tires off in the first 5 laps. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've gotten myself better with it. I've got myself to the point to where I've trained myself to not drive the car in and be patient around people. Gotten way better at it.
So you just run quick races on there, or do you run in a league? Like,
I
No,
haven't.
do it.
There's some really good leagues on here. Like I tried to get in this
Wreckfest.
one league where that's a truck league, and it's really serious and stuff. And
Oh wow, they're all in the.
I tried to get involved in it, but they I guess something was wrong with the Discord link, and I can't remember the name of it, but I just do pretty much, yeah, official races, which is like 50, 60 lap races. It's right on the edge of having to pit.
Yo.
Like it's full fuel run, you know.
What up?
Oh, I'm just telling Elite how much better I am at you over here on iRacing.
I didn't know who the fuck that was for a sec.
I told him you're too nice, Wesley. You just let people just do whatever they want to do to you. Like, you can't. There was a Chicago race, man, that I finished third in. I should have won it, but me and this guy was trading paint, man, the last 5 laps. If you were driving the car, you would have just let him go. Wesley?
Let him go.
You would have just let him just go. You would have just said, here, buddy, take the position.
Is it oval? You said Chicagoland? Yeah, I'm gonna have to let him go for a while.
In the last 5 laps?
Well, I'm never gonna get to A class again.
You're talking about that.
So wait, what class you in, Evil?
A. Wesley was in A too, but he had a situation with he lost his license because he just had a bunch of unlucky luck. We'll leave it at that.
It was all, yeah, that LA Coliseum just gave me 24 incident points and completely lost my A class license. That's why I was like, Evil, do not do this race. Do not do this race.
But yeah, I'm not gonna do it anyway.
So you just like you can't even get back to the power, like you can't even put the gas all the way down at that track, or is it like
I
like how long?
You almost have to be straight to put the power. You mean talking about LA Coliseum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely need, like, you can, but you're on the gas for like 3 seconds, and then you have to let off again. Like, you have to hit the brakes fairly early because you can lock them up there like crazy, at least with what they have now. It just, to get the thing to turn, it feels like you're going so slow.
That race is gonna be crazy next week.
It's next week already?
Yeah,
Yep.
February 6th.
Oh my god. Time is flying. I thought that we had 2 more weeks.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. I still kind of wish they would have kept it at Daytona, but I see why they. At the same time, I mean, let's just face it. Me and Terrell was talking about this earlier. All exhibition races in NASCAR has kind of lost its luster within the past like half a decade. So I see why they trying to switch it up. That's why they be moving the All-Star race every year, and that's why they doing this with the shootout. So it's just weird because you go into a new car and then you proceed to go to a short track where you can tear up a whole bunch of cars, and it's not that many cars built right now. It's not that many Gen 7 cars built. The supply chain is kind of low right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. Got Ice Cube performing, boy. I need him to perform No Vaseline. Oh shit, man.
My bad, y'all. Something with PC.
I was wondering what happened to everybody.
I restarted it. I think it's iRacing messing up. Wesley, it's something with that cheating thing. Has yours came up where it says press yes for the cheating thing that you have to have iRacing?
The anti-cheat thing or whatever the heck it is?
Yeah, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I think that's new with this update. It never did that before. Now before you go into a lobby, somebody must have been doing some cheating or something, so they released that for this update. I bet you it was in Rolex 24 they did it. Cheating.
By the way, I did watch y'all do that though.
Which one?
When y'all ran the Rolex together last week.
That was fun. That was cool. Dude.
I was mad watching that shit because I wanted to participate.
Yeah, it was. I drove more than I thought I was going to in it. Like I didn't plan. I wasn't originally gonna get back in it after, because I drove from 3:30 to 5:30 in the morning too. So I was like, I was awake for the whole thing.
Did you see where I wrecked a car, Elite?
No, I didn't catch it.
I mean, he didn't wreck it. He spun and somebody hit him.
Yeah, I spun and then somebody, like how that BMW was sitting and turning.
You ready to go
like
racing?
that a little bit ago?
Yeah.
I was like that, and then this guy, I guess, didn't see me, man, and he just destroyed me. Him too. I think he was done for the day after that.
And ready to go again.
Or had a lot of damage.
Who's the Kobayashi of y'all group?
Zach
Basically
Ranker
saying like
was.
who?
He drove the most. He drove. I figured it out. Like I wrote it in the thing. I wanted. Like I wrote the times down and everything because the overlay that I had was able to tell you like what my time and the track time. I had it set up to show me. So I don't know if you saw on the stream with all the overlays that I had. It had the the actual like my time and the track time on there. So I figured out what I wrote down each of our stints by time and everything. So it was Zach started it from 11:42 in the morning till 1:40 in the afternoon. Then Mason got in from 1:40 to 2:57.
Plenty of fuel on board.
And then
I got in.
And then he got in from 2:57 in the afternoon to 4:15. Zach got back in. What?
Anybody went to sleep?
Oh, Mason did.
Everybody. Zach went and got a couple hours overnight. Like overnight, when it was just me and Dale. So I was hoping nobody fall asleep there because we would have had nobody else to do the crew chief stuff while we were on the track. But it was just us two up for a while until Zach woke up.
Dylan Welsh is there. What do you see on the back of the
But
that's cool that you can do that.
And then Zach drove 4 stints, 4 fuel runs, and then I drove for the first. When I got in for the first time, was 6:57 to 9:36, almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. I did 4 stints too, and then Mason got in. Then Zach got in for 1 stint because Evil's thing wasn't loaded up yet. So then that's when he got in again until 1:45 in the morning, when that's when the wreck happened. Then Dale got in for the first time. And then I got back in from 3:38 to 5:35 in the morning. Then Zach was in it, and then Mason, and then I got back in I did 2 more stints because I'm like, I want to get to 200 laps. So, because Zach did 260 laps, I think, total, and I did 212. And then.
So if I had to guess, Zach is the one that finished it off.
No, Dale did.
Very unusual.
Dale did.
He was good too. I was probably the slowest overall because I was like, I just want to, I don't want to make a mistake. I just want to not make a mistake. So I was the only one that didn't really make a mistake like that because I was, a lot more careful and a lot more careful in traffic. I didn't care about speed.
Really? Come on.
See if he can survive.
I had a pretty fast lap time. My fastest lap was right up there with Zach's. 134.
Yeah, the one lap. Yeah.
The one lap I ran a blister fast lap.
My
I was
fastest
second out
was,
of.
yeah, I think you ran like a 134.9 at one point in that
So
race.
yeah, motherfucker.
My fastest lap of the race was 135.2.
I say that because like Pro drives everything on that game. I thought you was just like the stock car guy. Like that's why I said that.
Nah, you trying to throw a low blow and shit, man.
My fastest overall lap because when I was practicing, I mean I ran 134.3, but I wasn't gonna try to do that in this because all I gotta do is make one mistake, and I didn't want to wreck the car. So I made that mistake at Bathurst once. Like the first endurance race we all did, like me, C2, and Mason did, was Mason wouldn't shut up about me wrecking the car. They were joking about it, but
said that he was eating at least. That he just got back in the car and he started eating and wrecked it.
well, I ate before it, but I don't remember if I had anything next to me or not. I don't think I did. Just because I said I was eating before that, I kind of rushed the food down before I got in again because it was a 12-hour race, and I bowled, so I didn't get in until like almost 5 hours into the race already. So I did like a long time. Drove probably the most perfect, like 2.5 hours you can drive, and then I got out. Mason got in, and then I got back in after him again to make up some of the time, and then I wrecked in like the first 10 minutes of that stint. Yeah, I still had the least amount of X's in that race. Just I had the most damage. But then Mason messed up at Sebring, so I felt better about myself. I was really nervous at Sebring. I'm like, I don't want to do this twice. So, but I didn't mess up at Sebring, and I didn't mess up here. I said before the race, I said I'd rather be a lot slower and not wreck the car, because with the endurance race, all the stuff that happens around you, speed doesn't really matter that much.
Leslie, can you help me get this spotter pack back on here? I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, I had to fix mine, and I figured it out finally, because I opened the iRacing thing just to check it, to see if it was in there, and it finally was.
Alright, I shared my screen.
That's one way they're staying warm, a little heated blanket amongst the team. Thought that's kind of fun, sharing things down here.
Well, ironically, they called Don Salama there, the man in the middle of the pit box with the glasses on, the Iceman. Never more appropriate than tonight.
Has made some fantastic strategic calls over the years. As we take you back to the Peacock pit box, here's Marty.
Hey guys, hanging out, of course, with the mayor of Hinchtown, James Hinchcliffe, and Cooper McNeil.
It's a guy that I know that's not really into racing like that, but he got dirt 5 and he closed the gap on my time, big time. The time that yeah, like he didn't beat my time, but I had him by like 2 seconds. And then he sent me a photo earlier, and he got it down. He went from like a 43.60 something to like a 41.60 something. My fastest time was a 41.12. Because he was watching me. It was a couple people that were actually watching me on, because that share screen thing on the PS5. You can watch people.
Yes.
And shit.
Yeah.
I had my brother watching me.
I think I tried to explain that to you guys, but I'm like, this share screen thing is awesome. You can put it in the corner. Like you can. I don't know if have you tried doing that? Like you can.
Yeah,
if you play
picture in picture.
Yeah, picture in picture. You can put it in the bottom right corner or any corner. So you can kind of have their little screen, like if you're playing Warzone would be a good one, like you can see where each other are, stuff like that. I like that feature a lot.
I was on GT. I was watching him because he he was time traveling at this track, and it's a track on there. I forgot what it was called. To where it's got like a real sharp corner, and he was really struggling trying to make that corner. So while I was on GT Sport, you know, doing sport mode on I was watching him while I was racing, and and that was cool. Like I've used that share screen feature so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. I love that future. What I'm about to say. Yeah, like I said, he's not really big into racing, and but he's pretty good in that game though because it was me, him, Mike, my cousin, and who else got on there with us? Somebody else got on there with us too, and we was like in an open lobby, so it was like fucking 13 or 14 people in that lobby. He won 2 races, I won 1, Mike didn't win none.
You had to point that out.
I'm trying to see you gonna come back with Mike. He's doing that race right now.
You ready to help me with this, Wesley?
Yeah, you
How was it for you in practice when you were hopping from one
Yeah.
car to the other? You have to go, okay, wait a minute. The Mercedes does this.
Go to Doc.
I just love that 60 frames.
Retrain your brain every time you
I
hop in the
bet.
car.
Yeah, the biggest
Oh, you're
thing
good.
you would think would be the Porsche being rear engine and the Mercedes
Are you on your
being
computer
front
or are you
mid-engine.
on
You
the
think that'd
phone?
be the biggest difference?
I'm on
But
the
it's actually
computer.
not.
Well, I know
One
you
car
are.
has
I'm
3
trying.
pedals,
Can't believe.
and the other one doesn't.
iRacing.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Oh, you are?
And the Porsche has a hand clutch, which
Yeah.
for me I've never driven before, so that was the biggest
I got my
thing.
headset on though.
That's pretty
My
incredible.
headset I use for the game.
One that had a
Oh,
more top-end
I was gonna
speed, or
say,
was there really not much
doesn't sound like
difference?
you're on the phone.
I think
Hit
the Mercedes
iRacing.
had a little bit more top end speed.
Interesting.
Yeah, the car's really strong.
And of course you don't have sound either. See, I had the same thing. I got.
I mean, Hitch, I think you could understand. Anytime the helmet goes on and you strap into a race car,
Alright,
no matter what
try
you're driving, you're happy.
going back to this PC.
Declare before the race for points because obviously you're running
And
one
then
for
hit
the season championship. So obviously
hit
the
Windows
79
C.
was the choice for that.
Yeah, I'm racing the 79 Porsche a full season, so
Program
obviously that was
files
the car I
86.
opted to get championship points
Is
in.
iRacing in
which
there?
Right
Yeah.
now,
Maybe it'll be in
obviously
that one.
looks like the wrong decision.
Sound.
If I'm
Why is it right there?
I don't know. Mine was the same way.
I want to ask you
Try it
about
there.
IMSA,
See if this one works,
sports
because I
car
think I
racing
had to
in
find
general.
another
Chip
spot
Ganassi
to do it.
said
Click
yesterday
that.
he feels like it's on the doorstep.
Okay, see,
of
yours is in
really
there.
exploding
And it wasn't
worldwide.
showing
Do
up.
you agree
It's
with
not
that
iRacing?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
I mean,
Okay, see, I had the
it's
same
WeatherTech
problem I just fixed
Championship
earlier.
is
What did I
the
do?
Top endurance championship in this country, and for sure top 2 worldwide.
what did I
so
do? It was-
for us partnering with WeatherTech and IMSA together really brings a synergy
Or was
between 2 powerhouse companies. And trying to build awareness, and you see all these different makes and models here.
Oh,
Ferraris, Porsches,
All right,
Lamborghinis,
go back to
Mercedes, and people
Windows
can
C
relate
again.
to those. They see an iteration of that vehicle on the screen. So having the relatability is
He
really
just
important
shit on me.
to build awareness.
So your driving's now done for the day, but you're still invested in, well, certainly in the 97. That's
Actually,
the run in front.
it might be-
How do you
try
manage
program
your nerves
files
now?
again.
Is it worse not being in the car
And
at
then
all and knowing that
is
you
there
just
a
have to sit and
Steam
watch
folder?
and can't affect the output?
A little bit, but we got some of the best guys in the business driving our
Steam
Mercedes,
apps.
and one of them actually won this race last year
Common,
in the Mercedes
iRacing.
Angle. So got the best guys
Oh,
in the car, best
that's
team
fine.
behind me that we could put together. So I got the radio
Yeah,
on
that's
in the
not it.
motorhome. I'm listening, but it's
Go
gonna be time for some
back
sleep
a
here
couple
soon.
Yeah, you got
more.
14 and a half hours, so go get some rest and maybe get another massage. You know,
What's in
why
new
not?
folder?
You know?
Exactly. I like the way you think.
Send that this way.
Everything.
We got all the heat here, though.
Yeah.
We're
Hit
all
Steam
dialed
and that
Thanks
one.
for having me,
See
guys.
what
See you
happens.
as always.
Thanks,
James
man.
McNeil hanging out with us here on the Peacock Pit Box.
Or-
9.5
or go back
hours
Steam
in,
apps.
almost, and all that driving is done. That's impressive, Hinch. You've gotten almost all your TV time
Common.
done too. You know.
Yeah, no, not quite. I still have a
iRacing.
few more stints in the morning.
There you go. Now try sound.
I am kidding. You've still got plenty of time here on television. Don't worry, folks.
SPCC.
So, nice to see the WeatherTech.
There it is.
Now
And
put-
it's not in
drag-
the.
Yeah, drag.
Trying to
Now,
gain some ground. There's a
all
car
right,
off
hit
track
file.
at 59.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Off track there.
Hit
Where is
file
that?
at the
That's
top.
coming into NASCAR 1.
I gotta take a
Sitting
picture
there
of this. So
right
if this
now.
ever happens again.
9.5 hours in. The
That's a good
60th
idea.
running of the Rolex 24.
All right, where files?
We'll be back in
Hit
a
file
moment.
at the top. And then open a new window. Okay, now go to where the other one was.
Okay.
and then
Let me
drag it into
document
the other one.
iRacing.
No, where was it? It was in the program files one, or it was in. Go to this PC. Windows C, program files 86, and then it was in iRacing.
Wonder why it puts it in that one.
I don't know. Yeah, now
I'm gonna go ahead and add another one in here that I seen too.
the other Jimmy Johnson one, or is there a whole nother one you saw?
It's a whole like Earl Barman. Do you know him, Elite? Earl Barman.
Earl
Who's that?
Barber.
Yeah, who is that?
I think something familiar. Earl Barber. Ain't there like a spotter or a crew chief?
Earl Barman spotter pack right here.
Yeah, I knew that was like a spotter or something like that. I think it's a spotter for. I think he used to spot for Jimmy Johnson.
Back in the day, I think.
Yeah. Who's it stopped on the track?
Who's this?
I like this Peacock app.
Yes, it's cheap too.
Yeah, I got the $4.99.
Yeah, I think that's all I paid. $4.99, you get all the sport. And they got the Supercross stuff on here, even the qualifying practice that they never televise anywhere.
Yeah.
IndyCar.
Yep, because IndyCar, even though IndyCar got a pretty good TV, a pretty good broadcast schedule this year coming up, because all their races are going to be on NBC, except for like I think one race, and I think that race is going to be on Peacock. So the IndyCar ratings should definitely be up this year.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be on main NBC, and then it's the same thing with NASCAR, except races that's not going to be on big NBC, those races are going to be on USA Network.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't gotta use that stupid NBC app no more. NBC Sports.
And then I got mad when they put half the stuff on NBC Sports Gold.
Yeah.
Dude, that one year was like I was living the dream. When IndyCar had everything on YouTube, and even the PGA stuff I was watching on like one thing, and then all of a sudden NBC got involved, and then everything just went away and had to pay more for everything else again. It was like, come on, everything's so good.
Of the 60th running so far.
Just that no matter how many times you watch this race or how many IMSA races you watch, you know they're endurance races,
Steve
you know
Letard's
they're long
planning on
distance,
staying up all 24
but it
hours.
still feels like a sprint every single
Yeah. Every time they end up showing him, it says hashtag Letard up all nails, something like that. Good luck, Steve. I'm not doing that.
6 a.m. I'm going to be back on
Hey,
air. I
good luck
can't
to
wait to
y'all.
see who's left, who's had issues, what issues they've had, who's running strong, who's struggling.
I'm gonna
It's
have
been
to
a
make
really
a
entertaining
run.
race so far.
I'm back on with you at 6 a.m. Who's making the Starbucks run?
I got you.
Good.
Here.
I'm glad you do. I'll send
He
you
giving in.
my order. You know, the thing that's interesting to me is that this is the
Huh?
8th caution. There have been a lot
I'm
of
fine.
restarts, and we're only 9.5
I
hours.
was
They
there
have
to say,
14
you
and a
better
half
not
hours
test
to go.
me,
It's funny,
motherfucker. I'm
we went
not
through the
giving
Virtual
in.
100 last week at the Roar, caution-free.
Yep.
We went through the start of this race actually
What are you
relatively
running, Max?
caution-free. I think we only had one caution in the first 2 hours maybe,
What do you
but
wanna
they've
do?
started to stack up on top of each other. Conditions are more
Oh,
difficult.
I was
They're a little
looking at your
trickier.
thing to bring
So
up
it's-
Daytona. Are
yeah,
you just
it's
opening
a
a
lot
track
of
just so you
61
can
cars
see
on
if it's
track.
there?
There's going to be issues.
That and I just want
Remember,
to
it
see
was
how it is
Brian
around this
Till
road
who
course.
first had cautions,
What do you have?
cautions. I
What
said
are you
it
driving?
second, but
The
Till's
next
first one
gen
to say
car.
it, so all the blame
Oh.
goes to him.
Yeah, starting to wrap them up there. This is
For iRacing at least. I heard that it's so easy to drive.
It is. It's ridiculously easy to drive. You would hate it. That's why Wesley don't like it either, because the racing is so close together with people. It's so easy to drive. Holy cow.
Dude, you should watch the Texas race. Was literally, for me, it was a full-on better plate race than Daytona was.
Daytona. I won there twice. 2 times in a bro, Lee. I think I prevail with this style car, where you just hold it to the floor and manipulate the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I prevail with this type of car, man.
Big disappointment there, but certainly showcase that they can get the job done at this level.
That car had set down in
I
the
think I
turn
really
for
prevail
several
with this
laps,
type
and it
of
gave a
car.
couple teams the opportunity to get to pit road
Even though it's
and service their cars. The 10 cars.
I don't understand why they made it. I mean, I get that. I get that it's you know the car,
Rossi's first laps on the track, which I
the
think are really
steering
important for him to
is
be under
quicker
yellow.
and
Get in the car,
a little
get
bit quicker,
acclimated, get
and
comfortable, look around.
I get that you know it's a
Fairfield
whole
fire
new
off
car,
the
but
here.
I think
But
they
they're
over. I
going to
think they
cycle to the
exaggerated
front of
it
the field
though.
if anybody else in the DPI pits. This will not give.
If anything, it's harder to drive from what we've seen in testing.
Yeah, I just don't think they got the package right yet on here because
Yeah, they gotta update that big time.
they supposedly updated it, although they just updated it in the patch they had, and now they're at like.
Wait for another opportunity late in the race to try to get that wave around and make that comeback.
Where are they
That
running
was the
this?
key. It was the penalty, so it
for
wasn't
the
just the
A
stop
class.
to
North
replace the
Wilkesboro, I
cut down
think.
tire. It was then the fact that he got deemed to
So
be,
they,
you know, adjusting.
so those
speed
cars
prior to the restart,
on
and
there
actually
are
going through the
550
gap
horsepower
between him
high
and the rest of the
downforce,
pack,
right?
like the 10
Yeah.
That's what they were. I don't know if
At
they updated it.
the mile and a half, at the short tracks they have the low splitter, but I believe they're still. They might be 7 something. They might be 6 or 7. Because it feels like
right to come off pit road.
Comes to pit road, he runs the fastest lap of the race behind the wheel of that car, so that car still has plenty of pace, Parker.
So let's try this again. This ain't gonna go well.
Timing, sort of where this caution came out for many of these DPI cars that were not like the 10 or the 6.
I got the
down,
spotter
especially
back.
that
You see it?
5, the
Yeah,
Mustang
I saw
sampling
it.
Cadillac with
I
Tristan Gauthier
appreciate
behind the
it,
wheel right
man.
now. Immediately
Yeah,
when this
'cause I had
caution
to
came
figure
out,
that
they
out
told him to
just
start
actually
saving
earlier.
a lot of fuel, and then at one point through this caution,
But
you had
yeah,
to catch
well,
up to the
our
pace
elite,
car there,
that's.
and they said,
Oh
"Fine,
my
you need
God!
more fuel." This is very tight for some of these DPIs for how long they've been out
And
there.
I'm
Although
saying
Lawler's
I'm
been
better.
under caution, they're
He's gonna
approaching
be.
about 58
Can we go
minutes there
free?
that they've been out on
Third
their,
time a Tron getting off
this
pit road here?
fuel tank. So this is very tight timing for these DPIs and sort of the tense moments you'll have in a
Tune
24-hour
in,
race.
elite.
And that
I would
5
be really
Mustang
happy
sampling Cadillac will
being
be
in
heading
this.
for pit road here shortly.
It's kind of hard for me to do that right now 'cause I'm gaming and then on my laptop I'm streaming this Rolex.
And the 10 to
You know who?
yeah.
You know who I was
with
in a
Rossi, I
race
agree,
with, in
just
a
getting
split
in the
with,
car for the first time,
but
getting
of course he
acclimated.
backed out. He never
Oh,
raced.
big lock up there.
Hermie Sadler.
No, Ty
Durrani
Gibbs.
almost into the back of the Mustang
Really?
sampling
Yeah.
Cadillac.
He would have smoked you.
They'll just bite on you
Yep.
when you suddenly get some temperature into those
I
carbon
forgot what it
discs.
was that I ran. Oh, I think
I
it
was
was the
like, you probably would have had
Xfinity.
this.
It was the Xfinity race at New Hampshire that we just did this week.
This thing is so heavy. Oh my God.
Do his job.
Oh
There's
my.
nothing worse than going out with a smith.
Don't make it
Geez,
worse.
good thing you didn't do that last
easy to
week
do
in the
that because
LMP.
there's so much debris there.
Well, the LMP doesn't weigh 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
Every single stop, otherwise you'd need like 40 layers of tear off. So
It
Can't
don't even
even
look like
turn
you
it.
can get the
every
gas.
3 or 4 pit cycles you'd tear
No,
off,
you
but
can't.
in between they'll do a quick
Oh yeah, I was meant to ask you, how many cars was in that race that y'all did when it came to the Rolex?
Total, it was 47.
In the 31.
Damn.
22 LMP2s and 25
A couple driver changes, a
GT3s.
couple drivers that stay in their race cars.
That sounds so fun.
That was what started, yes.
Wow.
Wow, Newman.
closed, as you can see the red light flashing there just to the left as we look at it on the Sunoco sign. And there you see Durrani there almost running over the top of the lead DPI car in front of him.
This is what it looked like from the 01.
Getting some dirt drive after this.
Holy cow.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, see, there's sausage curbs out, and they added those tire barriers that are there now. That's what I
Right.
thought they added when they said it. Where's Terrell? Terrell and Mike ain't talking. I know Mike's in a league race, I think. Or that's gotta
Yeah,
be
that
done by
weak
now.
ass lead that he doing.
But didn't that start at 9?
I don't know why it was just a real Mike he doing that weak ass lead race. So.
Oh wait, I thought Terrell was in here.
He said he'll be back, but I don't know.
Oh, since you're in the Discord, well, you're racing, aren't you? Are you
Me or
playing the game?
Me or you? Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, but I can pause it though.
I can show you what I did with it, 'cause you should be able to see it.
Yeah, I see how you got everything set up in here.
Yeah, did you scroll down and see all the race schedules? I made a page for all the racing series I could think of, and I posted the schedule for all of them in there that have them out, or posted a scheduled link.
All races this year?
Yup.
Damn.
Yeah, I went. Yeah. Like, I have it in groups, like race schedules for asphalt, race schedules for road racing, dirt, drag racing, two wheels, rally, and off-road.
And you know what's good for me? I just subscribed to Mav TV on Mav TV. I added it to my subscription on YouTube TV, so now I get to catch a lot more of, like, you know, some of the dirt races, because the Chili Bowl was on Mav TV.
Yep.
And that I subscribed to it because I didn't want to miss the Chili Bowl, but I did anyway though, because I fell asleep.
I know they started that late.
They did. They took so long to prep that track, man. I'm like,
I don't think it was
man.
that necessary to prep the track for that.
Yeah.
The track is a quarter mile. I've seen dirt tracks, like the 5/8 track that we have, doesn't even prep it that long. And this thing
Prototypes
is like
have been
quarter mile
serviced under this latest full course caution.
track
Now it's
inside.
time for the GTD cars to do it as well as we head down to the pits. Here's Dylan.
I was so mad, man. 'Cause I'm like, man, I feel myself getting sleepy. Like, I caught the driving intros and everything, and then I woke. Next thing you know, boy, I woke. I'm like, oh, I missed it. Who won? Tanner Thorson.
On new tires, but it's very cool to be driving at night. I think lap times are being.
Cause I've been watching the Chili Bowl for like the past 4 years or so, man. And the past 4 years though, I've been like, I found like some way to watch it. You know, like no, actually, I could like watching it live, but like on Twitch or like on Facebook or something. Somebody would be, yeah. But it was hard to do that this year though, because I don't know. I guess they was strict with like, you know, making sure people wasn't doing that.
You know, we got ours done, and we're in the mix. So far so good.
Let me get some water right quick. Right back.
Makes me wonder if they're running a slightly more aggressive brake setup than the Ganassi guys, because John Hennick, who runs the 01 car, said they had no intention. Maybe he's not telling me everything that they're going to do, but he said we have no intention of changing them because it's not a quick change.
Earlier in the race, we heard Wayne Taylor say, do what you got to do throughout the race, talking to the drivers, but give me a car that's a sprint, that can do a sprint at the end of these races. And every little advantage you think would come into play late in the race. When we know that this DPI class is going to come down to the last final, a few moments of this race, and it's going to be a battle. You're going to need every advantage you can get. So the brakes are going to be critical, trying to get in deep into those braking zones and really push the car without slipping and making mistakes.
This is like almost a 20-hour tuning session for the last 4 hours, because typically you're going to get a reset, and with that DPI class split, you're all bunched together again, and then you really need the car to be 100% on song.
Unlike the Indy 500, be there for the last 50 laps, but really be there for the last 20 laps when things escalate. Somebody knows how this race ebbs and flows, and good fortune and not, and what a wild ride it is. It's NASCAR on NBC's Kyle Petty. KP, thanks for staying up.
Yeah, man, listen, 24 hours. I'm up like you guys. I'm just going to be up for 24 hours watching this on Peacock, on USA, on NBC, everywhere. Wherever you keep moving it, I'm going to keep following you.
So, what do you make of it so far? Because we've had a little bit of everything. Obviously, we're under our 8th full course caution now, but been an entertaining race thus far.
It has been.
I will
and you
get
guys
back
are just
on here in a
some
minute,
stuff.
guys.
The
Once I get
years
over
ran
to
it,
her place, I gotta plug my mic in over there, and then
getting to the end.
I've got to
you nurse
get the
that car.
Peacock
These
down
guys
the
are not nursing
tablet.
anything. These guys are almost 10/10s. It seems like it has been fascinating to watch some of the
I might
of the
just
daring moves. I will
watch
say
it on
that.
her
A little bit
laptop.
of
She's got
aggression
a
here in the
Apple
first 7 or 8
Mac.
laps or 7 or 8
Oh,
hours.
yeah,
Might
of
just
the
get
race,
it.
nice.
Where that's not the way.
They better be nice for like
we did it in the last century.
$80,000.
Let me go back and say in the last century.
Yeah, one time I
It
was
was
we were
almost
messing
like,
around. I
like
was
the Cup
threatening
guys,
to
like my dad and those guys when
throw
they
it.
used to
She
run
was like
Martinsville. You had to get to the
telling me
last
you
50
better have
laps of
the
the race and
whatever
save
they
your
cost to
equipment
replace
Yeah.
it.
to race the last 50
Yeah,
laps
you
of the
better
race.
have your
And
life
that's the way Cup
savings
racing used to be. That's the way this endurance racing was for when I came
Yeah,
along.
I'll
These
pro
guys
if
don't
she's
drive
not
that way. They
using
put it
that,
all on
then
the line every
I'm
lap.
just gonna get it on
Kyle,
there
what
and then
was the lure
I'll plug
for
my
you? What drew you to this
I got
race?
my PlayStation mic.
You know, honestly,
I'll plug it into
I
there
think
and just
growing
talk
up
you
on
staying
there.
there?
and growing up and,
Yeah,
and following
yeah.
my dad, but going to California
I
and
am.
seeing Parnelli Jones and Dan Gurney and
I have
knowing
to
Mario
say I
Andretti
won't
and knowing those
get in
guys
trouble.
and knowing they
You know
had
how
stepped
it
out
is.
of their formula and their discipline and come in
There's
here
not
and
any
run
races I
well
want to
and
do
won these
anyway. Like
races.
I
I
can't
just wanted to
stand
see
New
what it was
Hampshire.
all about. I was a stock car driver. That's all
with
I
the
ever
next gen
was.
cars.
Just beat and
I'm
bang.
not doing that. It's a
headed
big
around,
mess.
do the
All they,
NASCAR
that's
thing.
gonna be a
This gave
complete
me an
wreck
opportunity
fest.
to see a different form of racing and to
Have you
understand
tried
this
one there yet?
Which
and to
one?
watch what these guys did. And my respect for
Wilkesboro.
these
North
guys.
Wilkesboro? No,
not
I
just
didn't
the-
get to do
not
it before I
just
lost
the
my A
top of
class.
the
So
line drivers,
I wish
but
I
the
said
gentleman
I
drivers,
said
the
I wish
journeyman
I
drivers,
did the
the
A
guys
class
that do
race
this,
before I
week
did the
in,
LA
week out in these
Coliseum.
sports cars.
Oh
My
yeah,
respect
you
level
lost, so you
grew
can't
by
do
leaps and
it.
bounds over the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Damn. Yeah, you
Carl,
don't
what
need
was
to
the
do it.
biggest
You're not
challenge for
missing
you?
out
I
on
mean,
nothing.
you were used to running your own car.
I tried to do a
compromise,
little
get the
race
setup the
in
way
it,
you
dude.
liked
It
it. Was it
freaking
shearing a car in that
stupid.
way, just fitting in the car with three
I
or
mean,
four
it
different drivers?
guys
What
spinning.
was
You
it?
can't even get on the
I
gas.
tell you what,
That
the
car
big
has too
challenge
much
was
power and too much.
It was not your
I
car.
don't know. It's
It was a
weird.
shared car. You had to
me
get
grab
in,
my
and it was a
mic.
compromise.
I go
What
over
you
there.
may have wanted to do the infield side part of the racetrack. Here, what maybe I had wanted from a road course standpoint, from what I knew a little about road racing, it wasn't right for
there.
Leo, it wasn't right for Peter, it wasn't right for those guys. So,
Peacock, what did you say? It's
I
like
think
$8.
that was the big deal. Was
I
you
think it's
had
only
to drive
5. I think you don't
best
even
you
need
could
the
with what you
most.
had.
There's like
You had
2
to get the
packages.
most
I don't
out
even
of
think you need the
and it was
expensive
exciting, man.
one.
I tell you
I
what,
think you can get
my
away with
biggest
the cheap
challenge
one
was
and watch
driving
it.
in the rain. I remember it started
Okay, I'll
raining, and
just
I'm
get
out there
the cheap
running,
I think
running,
the cheaper
running,
one just has
the guy
ads and
calls me on the
stuff.
radio, and he said, "Well, when do you think you're going to need rain tires?" And I said,
ain't
"I don't
too
know. You
bad.
tell me. I've never driven in the rain before. I don't know when I'm going to need rain tires." He said, "Come in now. Come in now.
I'll get
this
it.
lap. Come in." So that was my biggest challenge.
Take my mic.
Yeah, I admire the fact that you weren't one and done. You came back and ran multiple times, year after year, trying to compete. I mean, how competitive were you, knowing that you might not have been the fastest guy
All right,
on the
I'll
team,
talk
the
to you
guy
here
that
in
was
about
most
20
familiar
minutes
with the
or
car? How competitive did you allow yourself to get?
Yeah, I think Dale, you know how it is. You go into it and you say, okay, where are we at? Where do we stack up? We're probably a good 6th place car, a good 8th place car, something like that. I don't think we ever showed up that we felt like we had a shot at winning. I didn't feel that way. But I felt like we could make a podium, and I think we run 4th one year. But it was one of those deals where you just went out and you did your job. And my job was to go out and stay between the lines and stay on the asphalt and make up some ground when I could. But you know how it is, man. You get out there and you say, your mind's telling you one thing, that you need to drive a certain way. Man, that heart, it's telling you something else. It's like, you got to go get it, man. You got to go get it.
Yep.
And that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing in any discipline of racing, is to pull that back a little bit.
So KP, we asked you before you came on. We'll deliver the answer for you. You ended up doing 8 Rolex 24s.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Listen,
you must have liked it.
Really?
I tell you what, the first time I ever came down, I do remember the first time it was Bill Elliott and Ricky Rudd and Kenny Schrader and myself. And I remember I was, I'm going to be totally honest with everybody on air. I was sitting over at what they call it now. It used to be the bus stop or the chicane. It's called something different now over there. I was sitting over there with a couple of friends drinking a cold one whenever my car wrecked. And I was not in it. I will say that. But my shift was up for 7 or 8 hours. So I was just having a little sip, a wee sip of something as our car crashed and we were out of the race. But we drove for Roush that year.
So the rumor is that Bill Elliott wanted to do all of his driving time all at once so he could be done and leave the rest of you guys. Is that true?
That's true, man. Listen, We were used to 4-hour races. We were used to 5-hour races. We figured if we could jump in and run 4 or 5 hours at a time, we were going to knock this thing out, man. We'd be done, one and done. You head back to the hotel, you head back to North Carolina, and you watch it on TV. And that was our plan. Jack had a different plan, I will say. And Jack's plan obviously worked because he won a lot there.
And as we say, thanks to Kyle Petty, do get some sleep. You don't have to stay up for all 24, mate.
No, I love listening to you guys, man. I love it. I'm going to watch it.
There he is, Kyle Petty. Thanks so much. And, of course, lots of mentions about Jack Roush. Jack is, of course, one of the 6 Grand Marshals here in this celebratory weekend, the 60th anniversary of the Rolex 24. Thanks, Kyle. So we're getting close to a restart, fellas. Let's get this thing cranking again. And Alexander Rossi at the head of this field. So fresh in the car, been watching his teammates, been watching them claw themselves back from 2 laps down, just like the 60 Meyer Shank Racing Acura was as well, and get ready to go. There's not going to be any brake checking here. Alexander Rossi is keen to get this thing going, and in a really quick fashion.
Yeah, nice jump there. Tom Blomqvist is going to try and take advantage here. He's very much in a rhythm to this race. Alex trying to find this kind of the braking points and the markers right now. A little bit wide there coming off turn 1. Tom gets the power spin in the middle of the pack.
31 wheel engineering Cadillac.
Boy, that's Nunez behind the wheel. Escaped any contact so far, I believe.
Well, he needs to get moved out of the way here. Anybody that runs wide will have a hard time missing.
It's those cold tires.
Back up front, the battle continues. Rossi learning as much as he can, as quick as he can to try to maintain this position. But we've seen this 10 car on new tires be a little bit more careful, allow these guys to go by, give up a spot or two, waiting on the 10.
Defending that inside line there down in the brake zone, Dale. He doesn't want to give up the lead. He's not going to just let Tom go by and settle in. He wants to try and keep this lead and maybe extend it.
Watch Vautier in 3rd. That Mustang sampling Cadillac's not messing about either.
It's a draft right here for the 60 of Bloomquist.
He's had a lot more time on track than Alexander Rossi has in this race. And Blomqvist and the Meyer Shank Acura to the inside through the Le Mans chicane takes the lead of the race.
Yeah, he's on it. And he's feeling it. Rossi now getting these first hard laps in this race here tonight. And they haven't had a lot of dry running this weekend either. It's not like he did a lot of hot laps here yesterday. It's been a very drizzly, damp racetrack most of these practice sessions. So Rossi will get into the groove here quickly, though.
Let's take you back to turn 1 on the restart lap. Tristan Nunez in the Wheel and Engineering Cadillac. Look to the right-hand side.
Yeah, just power down, just loops it around as he tries to accelerate off the corner there. Just an indicator how tricky these conditions are. Everyone's talked about it who's been in the car here this early evening. Over the 01, then you can see it just rotates around and narrow escape there. For Pillow behind the wheel, we saw Bourdais take evasive action early in the going when there's some GT runners go for a spin as well down in that same corner.
And when these tires lose grip, there's no saving it. The short sidewall, there's not a lot of forgiveness. The car goes around so quickly, nothing the driver can do once it's at that point.
Once the car is in yaw like that, TC will help you in straight line acceleration, kicking in the traction control, but certainly when the car's kind of got that load in it, it will not help you at all.
Right, while the prototypes go at it at the front in DPI, let's check in with a GTD driver who's had a good day. Parker?
Right, Lee, one of the coolest stories in GTD was the number 70 Inception Racing McLaren that was in the lead before this last caution. The driver, Jordan Pepper, you and your co-drivers are all rookies in this race, and you found yourself in the lead. Unfortunately, you guys had to do some repairs on this last caution. You're now a lap back again.
Yeah, we just living the Daytona dream, I guess. We're all here, first time. Rookie for the whole team as well, and you know what? Incredible job to everyone. We've really worked so hard to put up like a good package, and that's showing now. But unfortunately, contact early on with the LMP3 car damaged what seems to be our gearbox, and we keep getting a crack and losing oil, or we have a crack and keep losing oil. So we're trying to keep finding a way to fix the problem. We keep dropping a lap down, 2 laps down, fighting back to the front. But yeah, So far, so good. We're always in the hunt. The way the rules work out in IMSA, we always got a shot at it. So let's hope we find a solution so we can fight for the last 14 hours.
You guys are doing a great job. What's been the most eye-opening experience for all of you here at the Rolex 24?
I think it's just a unique track of its own. It's so special. The multi-class racing in IMSA brings such a unique challenge. And I just love how close you can battle with the other guys with so much respect, you know, going door to door with a lot of the pros. Just the track offers good racing, good nature, DPI cars flying everywhere, so it's been great. Let's just hope we can continue the stream and hopefully win a Rolex at the end of it.
Guys, they may be rookies, but they're full of passion after they had to fix the car. Jordan was down here throwing his gloves and trying to help the team diagnose the problem, jumping right into the thick of things. This team has shown a lot of speed and a lot of passion. Good to see them here at the Rolex 24.
Yeah, and he's really quick, Parker. I mean, he may be a rookie at this race, but certainly has a ton of experience in GT3 machinery. He was a Bentley factory pilot, won the SRO championship over here in North America last year for K-Pax. So he has pace. Comes from a racing family. His dad raced, his sister races in the W Series, so he lives and breathes it like most of these drivers.
And he explained the issue they're having so well, and it's something that I found fascinating about the endurance races. There's so many teams out there that are dealing with some small nagging issue that's a slight performance issue, or it does allow or force them to pit road time and time again, more often than not, to lose laps, have to battle to get them back and lose them again. It's so frustrating if you're not able to cure that issue as you soldier on through the event. You know, you get that kind of a problem in a NASCAR race, it lasts for 4 hours and it's over. 24 hours of a headache like that can be difficult for a team's morale.
That's what's happening in GTD. GTD Pro, Patrick Pilet leads. And how about LMP2? Luca Giotto for the G-Drive.